Every child deserves a future. Every last child. That's why we do whatever it takes to ensure children grow up healthy, learning, and safe. Right here in the U.S. and around the world, just as we have for nearly 100 years. When it comes to children, we know
Here at UNT, diversity and inclusion is stated to be a priority. ntTV's Gabby Carden looks deeper into the issue of Braille among the UNT campus.
Like much, but for people with visual impairments, they are the key to navigating life. UNT has made attempts to make campus more accessible, however, many of these have fallen short of meeting the Americans with Disabilities Act requirements. People like Paulina Diaz have taken the hit hard.
When you find things that aren't accessible, even if it's the bare minimum like Braille signs, you get this sense of like this world wasn't made for you. You're not wanted here. This place wasn't made with you in mind.
The ADA and the Braille Authority of North America have strict guidelines when it comes to Braille placement, which are not met in most of the signs in buildings.
My best friend is in choir, and she came to me one day saying that one of her friends, Paulina Diaz, was having trouble with the Braille in the College of Music, saying that like Braille is normally supposed to be underneath the text that it corresponds to, and in the College of Music on all the signs, it was actually several inches to the right, and sometimes up against borders. Some of the signs didn't even have Braille to begin with.
They should be here thinking about their classes. They don't need to have the added stress of trying, I mean, it's already stressful trying to find your class on that first day, so they don't need another, obstacle in their way.
After realizing this issue needed to be addressed, Senator Cowell used her position in the Student Government Association to outline a solution.
If there's an issue with an institution as large as a university, you don't expect something to be done overnight. And obviously this isn't going to be fixed overnight, but getting this legislation down in like a month and a half, I'm really proud that we were able to do that.
Just knowing that this is going through, it really does help me. It brings me peace of mind that I'm not alone and I'm not an outsider and I can be included, and that's a possibility, that people understand and that people care.
The projected deadline for fixing the signs within the College of Music is spring 2022. More buildings are expected to follow afterwards.
UNT is working to solve the issue campus-wide.
And there's a new chancellor in town, but you may already be familiar with him. UNT's Regents announced Monday night that Michael R. Williams is set to replace Chancellor Lisa Rowe after she retires on March 21st. Williams is currently the president of UNT's Health Science Center at Fort Worth and will be the university's fourth chancellor. Following the announcement, Williams stated that he is grateful for the support and is excited for the opportunity to lead our campus forward.
Well, it's day 3 of homecoming, and we've got a lot of fun performances and announcements in store for students.
That's right, Michaela. ntTV reporter Camille Ryan has more on tonight's events. Camille, what's going on campus?
Well, guys, I'm here on campus at the Yell Like Hell Homecoming competition event. Yell Like Hell is an annual competition put on by the Progressive Black Student Organization. The event starts tonight at 7 p.m., so if you're interested, head on over to the Coliseum as soon as you can. Speaking of which, Taylor, I'm thinking about sticking around. Do you want me to save you a seat? What are you up to?
Well, Camille, I'm hanging out here at the square in downtown Denton. It's homecoming week, which is the perfect time to be here. Many businesses and organizations are sponsoring UNT for the most spirited week of the year. They use this time to promote their brands and celebrate with students. Places such as Juice Lab, Armadillo Owlworks, and True Leaf Studios are just a few that are a part of this year's sponsors. These businesses are offering discounts for UNT students, faculty, staff, alumni, and the Denton community. All you have to do is wear UNT gear to receive a discount this week only. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely throwing on my gear to save a few pennies. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Taylor. It looks like they have some really fun things going on out there, but I hope that the weather stays decent.
I hope so too, Andy. I did see some cloudy skies and drizzle on my way into the studio, but maybe our weather expert, Hannah Gonzalez, has some good news for us. Hannah?
Well, Andrew and Michaela have good news for the rest of the week, but right now, let's go ahead and take a look across North Texas and see what our current conditions are looking like. If you're just tuning in, Denton is sitting at 71 degrees along with a few other cities like Graham, Dallas, and Stephenville. Now, if we zoom out and look across the state of Texas, we can see Oklahoma City is sitting at 58 degrees. Now, they are also with us with those severe thunderstorm watch. And our high on the map will be Abilene and Houston at 74. Let's go ahead and move into that 7-day forecast to see what our homecoming weather will look like. Tomorrow, we're going to see sunny skies that will stick with us for majority of the week. We're going to have a high of 68, low of 42. Now, Friday is bonfire day, and we're going to have cooler temperatures throughout the night with a high of 66, low of 35. So make sure you bring a blanket once you head out. Saturday is game day with beautiful temperatures, high of 62, low of 44. Starting our work week on Monday, we're going to see warmer temperatures than what we saw this week with a high of 71, low of 52. Tuesday, we see a high of 75, and Wednesday, a high of 77. That's all I have for weather tonight. Back to you all at the desk.
Thanks, Hannah. You know, Andy, after the show, I'm usually starving, but I never know what I want to eat.
You know, same here, but luckily we are in luck today because DFW is home to a plethora of unique restaurants and cuisines. And today our segment anchor, Andrea Valdez, has an idea and a package for us on what places we can expect out there. Andrea?
Thanks, Michaela and Andy. This week on Positively North Texas, we wanted to highlight unique restaurants in the DFW area. From paying tribute to important life moments to sharing a dining experience with your canine companions, these restaurants have their own special mission and they're ready to share that with visitors.
Restaurants of different cuisines and different missions scattered across the DFW area. There are many reasons to check out restaurants, such as Bones and Burritos, the Patriot Sandwich Company, and Rusty Taco.
We're involved in a lot of the community events. We always do Day of the Dead. We
also do charity events sometimes.
Yeah, we do charity events, and we do the National Margarita Day. We just try to be involved in whatever way we can.
For a more pet-friendly dining experience to share with your furry friend, Bones and Burritos offers just that, including a playpen for dogs to play in and a milk bone bar.
It's not like restaurants where you can just, you can bring your whole family, including your dogs and your pets, to come up here and just chill and have a good time.
Then there's restaurants like the Patriot Sandwich Company, which began after a veteran experienced homelessness and endured one of the most difficult battles of his life, and is now using this restaurant to pay tribute to a part of his life that meant a lot to him and others who served.
October 2014 until February 2015, I was on the streets. And it got to the point where I finally got into a shelter, and I got turned down for job after job because all they saw was homeless. And it got to the point where I actually was walking down the road to throw myself in front of a semi-truck because I was done.
Although they stand for different missions, these restaurants are representing the DFW in their own special way. For ntTV Nightly News, I'm Andrea Valdez.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely taking my furry friend for a much-needed day out at Bones and Burritos. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Andrea. Up next, leave some space under the tree because you got some holiday packages coming your way.
And will the COVID-19 pandemic ever end? Stay with us. Get ready to splurge on more than just Black Friday deals this Thanksgiving. Your annual turkey meal is expected to rise about 3 to 4%, according to the Chicago Tribune. The cost of birds, especially turkeys, have been on the rise as of late. The USDA has also said that the prices for turkeys have risen 22% since last year. A drop in production and inflation may be the cause for elevated prices.
Well, I hope everyone is prepared to do some online shopping for the holidays. According to Postmaster General Louis DeJoy, the Post Service is ready to deliver your holiday packages. His statement follows a previous apology for slow mail delivery during the holidays last year. Earlier this year, a 10-year plan for USPS, including several changes, was released. The newly implemented changes include longer first-class mail delivery times and post office hour cuts. Not to worry, USPS says the changes should have no effect on about 60% of first-class mail in most periodicals.
COVID-19 will most likely never go away in the U.S. or around the globe. But do not be afraid. There will be a time when COVID-19 cases will no longer be out of control. Mandy Gaither has more on what Dr. Anthony Fauci believes the future may hold.
COVID-19 is likely here to stay, but when cases are no longer out of control and hospitals aren't overflowing with patients, many experts predict the spread of the coronavirus will be more like a seasonal flu.
What we hope to get it is at such a low level that even though it isn't completely eliminated, it doesn't have a major impact on public health or on the way we run our lives.
With mutations like the Delta variant, no one can predict exactly how prevalent COVID-19 will be in the future, but experts say we now have the power of protection from vaccines, and federal health officials are already thinking about how to measure the end of the pandemic and how to track the coronavirus once it becomes endemic. That means the disease has a constant presence in a population, but isn't affecting a significant number of people.
We would hope that as we get people more vaccinated, not only in this country, but throughout the world, that the level of viral dynamics will be so low. I can't predict for you today when that will be.
The CDC says we're still in pandemic phase. Right now, 70% of adults in the U.S. are fully vaccinated. Health officials say that vaccination rate needs to rise as new COVID-19 cases continue to fall. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, Andrew, I heard there is some great news with the UNT men's basketball team.
You got that right. Let's go to our sports anchor, James Baker, and see what happened. James?
Amazing for basketball across North Texas. More details on this coming up after the break. Basketball season is back, and UNT men's basketball had a historic start to the season. Last night, the team hung their Round of 32 banner in the rafters, following last year's record-breaking season where UNT made the March Madness tournament and defeated Purdue in the first round as well. The team squared off against Oklahoma Christian and did not let off the gas, winning in an 84-53 blowout. This is a huge milestone for head coach Greg McCasland, who recorded his 100th win with the team. You can catch the team again Monday night in the Super Pit against Buffalo. And women's basketball also found success as the team dominated against USAO, 93-58. The team came ready to play from the jump as UNT never lost the lead the entire game, and every player got involved as UNT scored 44 points off the bench. Guard Amber Dixon was the star of the game, scoring 16 points along with 9 rebounds and 3 assists. The team takes to the court again tomorrow night in the Super Pit against Howard Bison. And we're going 3 for 3 with basketball because in addition to the UNT men's and women's teams, the Mavericks are on a 3-game winning streak after beating the Pelicans 108-92 on Monday night. The team takes on the Chicago Bulls in a few minutes at 7 o'clock, and both teams are 7-3, but the Bulls managed to sweep the Mavs last year despite being the underdog in both games. After tonight's game, the Mavs will head to San Antonio to take on the Spurs Friday night. That's all I have for sports. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, James. With help from the Queen of Christmas, McDonald's is singing a generous tune this year. The fast food chain is teaming up with the award-winning singer for a special Mariah menu starting next month. From December 13th through the 24th, McDonald's will give away a free food item each day with a $1 purchase. Items on the menu include a Big Mac, pancakes, and chocolate chip cookies. Carrie's menu follows celebrities like BTS and J Balvin. Now, I don't know about you, Fancher, but this seems like the perfect way for a broke college student like me to get a Big Mac for $1.
And simultaneously supporting the Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey.
Queen of Christmas herself defrosted after November 1st.
Right. Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow night at 6 here on North Texas Television.